Hey everyone, Mitch coming up with the Commander Score Studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got a special one for you. A deck that is incredibly cheap. One of the cheapest decks I've ever built. One of the cheapest decks you might ever see. This entire deck is only 95 cents. And yes, you can take your opponents out, your friends out with this incredibly cheap deck. So with all that said, let's jump into the Commander. So the commander for today's episode is Yargle and Multani, and specifically this art version, which apparently is the cheapest one at just 36 cents. So yeah, this takes up about 1/3 of your budget, over 1/3 of your budget, but believe me, this commander packs quite the punch. Literally a 18/6 for just 6 mana, 3 black, and a green. And, yeah, that's all there is to it. It is a vanilla commander. There is just flavor text there, which is amazing, and I highly recommend reading it at some time. But this commander is nearly a one-shot KO in on its own, just without anything else. It is literally 18 out of 21 the way there when it comes to commander damage. So, yeah, you can very easily one-shot your opponents with just some slight adjustments to this commander. We'll talk about some cards that can help out with that. Every single card in this deck outside the commander is just 1 penny, 1 cent, which is how we can build a deck that is this budget friendly. Now keep in mind, the estimated cost on Moxfield does not include the cost of shipping or the cost of basic lands, but you might already have those basics, or you can borrow them from a friend, etc., etc. And yeah, again, the entire deck, regardless, is incredibly budget friendly. Again, estimated cost just 95 cents. If you are interested in this deck, make sure you check out that deck list link in the description below. Now, with all that said, let's jump into the tactics. So let's jump into the first tactic, which actually is going to be the golden pig of this deck, starting off with a splash. The number 1 card for 99, Soul's Might. A sorcery for 5 mana in total. Put X counters on target creature, X that creature's power. Incredibly simple card. And my goodness, again, does our commander have so much power? 18 power, so that's 18 counters on it, making our commander into a 36, 24, if my math is correct. So yes, your commander with this obviously becomes a one-shot KO, and then some, and also increases its toughness an absurd amount as well, so it can be protected in combat and many things too. Yeah, Blasphemous Act does not take this out anywhere near after you have done this. So yeah, an incredibly good card, definitely worth the title of Golden Pig. But of course, we also have other ways to take our opponents out with just 1 hit. So let's move on to our next tactic, One Punch Man, an artifact for a single mana Maze Skull Bomb. Pay 1, sacrifice, draw a card. Nice, we need to do that. Pay 2 and a green, sacrifice it. Target creature gets +3/+3 and trample on turn, draw a card. Only as a sorcery. Yeah, hey, this is a great way to, well, either get our commander through with some damage, or yes, again, if our commander is unimpeded just with this, 21 damage, exactly, take an opponent out. Moving on, Amorphous Axe as well. Hey, getting to our commander do 21, +0/+0 every creature type. That's lovely that our commander is now every single creature type, but getting to 21 power is what we really care about. Next up, Gift of Strength. Speaking of which, +3/+3 until end of turn, and reach. Sure, if we really need to block with it, we can, I guess. Then we've got Growth Cycle, +3/+3, and each card named Growth Cycle. Ignore that. This is commander again in Singleton. So yeah, +3/+3 for 2 mana. So we also have a High Spire Infusion. You're going to see a pattern here. +3/+3 until end of turn. You get 2 energy counters. Titanic Growth. Oh my goodness, +4/+4 instead. So yeah, even more. Some overkill right there, as one would say. Twisted Experiment. An interesting one that persists in Enchantment Aura. Enchant creature for just 2 mana. Enchant creature gets +3/-1. So again, Yargle Multani, not the biggest toughness, now even smaller, but still 21 power, and that is what we care about. And of course, we've got ways to get our commander through, we'll talk about here in a bit. Next up, Enormous Energy Blade. +4/+0 to our commander. Although when it becomes attached to our commander, we have to tap it. That's okay. Again, that's fine. Not a big deal. That's okay. Who cares? We're going to swing through next time and take our opponents out. Then we got Primal Boost. Target gets +4/+4 until end of turn, or we can cycle away, but only a +1/+1. Then there's Slaughterhorn, Blood Rush. Discard this for a single green mana, +3/+2 to an attacking creature. So surprisingly, we can say, hey, commander, Now you're deadly. Then we've got Defend the Celestus. Distribute 3 counters among 1, 2, or 3 target creature you control. It's just going to be the 1 creature. We're just going to give our commander 3 counters. Then there's Favor the Jukai. Finally, enchant artifact or creature. As long as the enchant permanent is a creature gets +3/+3 and has reach. So again, can block flyers if we really need to. Or we can just channel it away to give the creature +3/+3 and reach left turn as well. Again, to make it into a one-shot KO. Next up, though, we've got our next tactic coming through. Getting our commander through on our opponents is huge. Equipment for 2 mana, Aeronaut's Wings, +1/+0, and flying. So again, unfortunately, this does not get us to a one-shot KO, but again, we've got other cards that can do that. Flying usually can help us get through on any opponent, though, most times. So there you go. Next up, we got Guild Opinions again. Get a treasure token when this comes into play, so some nice temporary mana advantage there. On top of that, creature has flying when this is attached. Then there's Dawn Heart Mentor. Enters battlefield, make a 1/1 human. Lovely. Cool. Little friend right there. On top of that, pay 5 and a green to our creature controller with +3/+3 gains trample on a turn. Only can be activated if you've got the Covenant requirement. That's okay. We'll get there. We'll definitely get there. I mean, this already basically gets us there, right? But being able to give our commander +3/+3 and trample is huge. Overcome, yet another way to give trample +2/+2 and trample to all of our creatures. Not quite enough for our commander, but again, there's other combinations that work too. But still, giving trample can be a great way to get damage through. Then finally, Baleful Beholder. Enters battlefield, choose 1. Both great choices. Each one sacrifices an enchantment, so that could be an option if we need to get rid of those. Or creature control gain menace until end of turn. So essentially, if an opponent only has 1 creature to block with, they're going to be in big trouble. But now let's move on to our next tactic, where we are going to fight with Fight Night, because our commander is going to take out our opponent's creatures and get through on them. Duel for dominance. Choose target creature control and target creature you don't control. If you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, get a counter on the chosen creature, then it fights so our commander and gets slightly larger and also takes something out. Band together. Up to 2 creatures we have can deal their damage to their power to another creature, so usually you just need your commander's power anyways. Mage Duel. If we cast another to a sorcery, this costs less, which is lovely. +1/+2 to our commander, and it's going to fight something. Time to feed. If an opponent's creature that we choose dies this turn, we gain 3 life. Lovely. And oh, by the way, our commander is fighting it to take it out. Hunt the Weak. Get a counter on target creature, then creature fights our creature we don't control, so take out another creature and slightly grow our commander as well. Hunter's Mark. We're not going to target a blue permanent, so ignore that spot. It can't be countered, though, which is nice. Target creature controller +1/+1 until end of turn, then deals damage equal to its power to our creature planeswalker you don't control, so yet another way to take another creature out. But we are not done with taking our opponent's things, including even more creatures. Here we go. Spark Harvest, sorcery for a single black mana, unless we don't sacrifice another creature to actually cast this. We can if we do. Cool. And if not, we pay 3 in a black to destroy target creature or planeswalker. Spike Pit Trap, 1 mana, flash it in, pay 5 tap, sacrifice it, choose a creature, roll a d20, get a 1/9, 5 damage to a creature, usually enough to take out many creatures out there. Or, hey, 10/20, do that, and also get a treasure token. Lovely. Universal Solvent, 1 mana, pay 7 tap, sacrifice, destroy target permanent. Again, with ones like this, sure, you can take out, anything on the board, essentially. But yeah, if your opponent only has 1 blocker left, it's usually a good idea to be like, hey, your blocker's gone. Cool. Oh, my commander's a 1-shot KO. You're gone. Then there's Eliminate. Destroy target creature, planeswalker with converted mana cost 3 or less. So something tiny might be a blocker for our commander. No, it's no problem. Indiscriminate. Incriminate? Actually, there we go. That's the word. Sorcery for 1 and a black. Choose 2 target creatures controlled by the same player. That player sacrifices 1 of them. I guess it is kind of indiscriminate in which one you take out, because you do not care which one it is. Your opponent sacrifice 1 of them. Then there's Plummet. Destroy target creature with flying. So yeah, flyers, beware. You're going to get taken out too. Tangle Trap can do that as well. 5 damage to a creature with flying. Most take out. It'll take out most flyers. Destroy target artifact is the other option though. Broken Wings. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Yeah, apparently green doesn't like flyers very much, so we're also running Crushing Canopy. Destroy creature with flying or destroy an enchantment. How about Crushing Vines? Destroy creature with flying or destroy an artifact. Yeah, we can take out a lot of flyers. Then there's Icarus Lick. Target just -3/-3 until end of turn, and we can also cycle this away. And it's got madness, so we can cast actually when we cycle and discard it. Then there's Mage Hunter's Onslaught. Destroy a creature planeswalker. Whenever a creature blocks this turn's controller loses 1 life. So yeah, take something out and also dissuade some blocking, though they're probably going to have to try if they do have creatures to block your commander. Then there's Return to the Earth. Destroy an artifact, enchantment, or creature flying. Again, we do not like flyers. We will take them out. No more blockers for you. Now you might think we're done with our removal, but not quite just yet, because we've got some that, well, might not be able to take out creatures, or I guess technically they can. Let's move on to Smash It. Neutralize a great one, instant for 1 in a green. So artifact or enchantment. Technically can't take out a creature unless that creature, of course, is an artifact or enchantment as well. Then there's Crack Open, an artifact or enchantment. You get a treasure token. Lovely. Some nice temporary ramp there. Fade into Antiquity. Even bigger. Exile, artifact, or enchantment, so they're gone permanently. Slice in Twain, destroy an artifact or enchantment. Also draw a card. That's nice too, just be able to replace this. And yeah, we've got so many ways to destroy so many things, your opponents won't know what's coming. But of course, we want our commander to stick around, so let's move on to our next tactic. Stick around. First up, Unlikely Aid. An instant for 1 in a black. Target creature gets +2/+0 and gains indestructible on a turn. So a great way to pump our commander, nearly get to that one-shot KO if we've got another effect that can get there as well, and also protect our commander with that indestructibility. And then finally, Strands of Undeath. A very mean, very effective card. Chant Aura. Hey, get this on a creature. It comes into play. Target player discards 2 cards. So, hey, I don't want you having cards. Get rid of those cards. Oh, and by the way, pay a single black for regenerate enchant creature, so our commander can be very well protected. Next up, let's move on to our next tactic, Dig Down, where we talk about digging down into our deck to get the right cards. And Sinister Starfish, whoever knew a starfish could be evil, or I guess sinister, it might not be evil. Anyways, is a great card to dig down through our deck. Tap Surveil 1, so a great way for some great card selection. Moving on, Sleeper Dart, ETBs, draw a card, tap, sacrifice the target creature on tap, controller's deck's on tap step. An opponent might think that they've got a creature that's like, oh, okay. By the time they get their commander in play, be able to untap, be able to block this creature. We're like, no, it's staying tapped down. Moving on, Jailed and Tome, pay 2 tap, draw a card, discard a card. Great way to get rid of deck cards in our hand. Blood Prize, look at the top 4 cards of your library. 2 go into our hand, 2 go to the bottom of our library. We lose 2 life. 1 life per card is no big deal. Demon's Due, speaking of that. Scry 2, draw 2, lose 2, all at instant speed for 4 mana. Then there's Phyrexian Gargantua, a 4/4 ETBs, draw 2, lose 2 life. So yet another way to dig down to our deck and a good body to have in play. But now let's go back to the beginning with Start It Up. We've got, well, a good amount of ramp to actually get to where we need to get to. Rustvine Cultivator, tap for oil counter on it, and tap to remove that oil counter to untap a land. Harvester Druid can tap for any mana that our lands can produce. Then there's Humble Naturalist, taps for 1 mana of any color, and yeah, only for creature spells, but we got a lot of creature spells, including our commander. Woe's Pathfinder is yet another creature spell. This one can tap for 1 mana of any color. It also can help us be a win condition as well. 6 in a green tap. Give a creature +3/3 and trample until end of turn. Gift of Paradise, ETBs, gain 3 life. Make that land, tap for 2 mana of any one color. Pat the Festival, go get a basic into play, tap, and you can flash it back again for 5 mana. Ticket Turbo Tubes, taps for 1 mana of any color. Then there's Dawnheart Rejuvenator, enters the battlefield, gain 3 life, also taps for 1 mana of any color as well. In Cosmic Predator ETBs, we're going to make 2 Eldrazi spawns that are 0/1s that can sacrifice for a single colorless mana, so a nice little temporary boost. And then finally, we've got Meteorite. ETBs 2 damage any target, so actually we can take out a small blocker with this as well, or just ping it upon the face for fun. Tap for 1 mana of any color. So yeah, another way to ramp and get us there. But now this episode is coming to a close, it's time for me to hear from you. So in the comments below, let me know what your thoughts are on this deck. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you are interested in this deck, make sure you check out that deck list link in the description below. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. We also have a ton of brand new t-shirt designs in stock, so make sure you check out those as well. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG Player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.